Oh boy, another dystopian film, but this time starring Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. But would that be enough to get me interested into this genre? Well, I guess you got to stay tuned and find out. So let's get into that right now. All right, folks, well, welcome back here for another movie review. Today, we're reviewing the film Chaos Walking, which is going to be releasing in theaters March 5th. So, yes, it's starring Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley, and Nick Jonas. So, we all know who this film, what audience is directed to. The folks who love the Maze Runner franchise, the Hunger Games franchise, the Divergent franchise, and that teenage PG-13 audience. And I gotta admit that they probably are a little bit unsatisfied recently because there hasn't been nothing really popular that has really created the buzz like those other franchises have. And potentially maybe this could. I mean, I think the star power alone is definitely going to give it some looks. Tom Holland has just been absolutely busy. Unpopular opinion, I like Cherry, but I think that with the names attached to this definitely could spark a lot of interest to get people really invested into potentially this franchise. I'm not familiar with the novels. I definitely think there's potential to go elsewhere after this, but we'll see. This is also brought to you by the director that brought you The Bourne Identity and Edge of Tomorrow. So with that being said, that the special effects were done well. I thought the score was amazing. The sound mixing was amazing, but mostly the visuals. So when you're talking about these set pieces of a distant future, I thought they all look absolutely beautiful. And that's what you expect. That's the draw in these types of in this genre, in these types of films. Like, you want the set pieces to look futuristic yet subtle, but just very just aesthetically pleasing for the audience, and that absolutely delivered. So, but anyway, let me kind of talk about what was going on in this film. So Tom Holland's character plays his character Todd. He lives in a civilization where it's all inhabited by men. There's no women, and that's because there was a war that the result of the war, all the women were pretty much murdered, including his mother. At the same time, too, all these men have a special ability, and the special ability is called the noise. And basically, the noise is just a projection of thoughts. So whatever you're thinking, it shows, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, it's a little bit of violation of privacy because, like, even the subtle things that you think could radiate. Some people can control it, some people can't. At the same time, one day, you have another ship transporting from Earth, which takes I think they said 65 years. So they're transporting from Earth to this planet as a means of finding a new habitat. Discovery, just basic stuff. But that ship crashed, and Daisy Ridley character Viola is the only survivor, thus making her a woman in a habitat only that are only occupied by men. So they're all like, what? It's a woman. So at the same time, too, you have the leaders of Tom's village who is very interested in her because they realize if she's coming, then it may be more, which means that there may be an advantage here that they can use. So they're very interested in that aspect. At the same time, too, Viola is also kind of she needs to communicate with this second wave that's coming to let her know that she needs to be rescued. At the same time, too, she's also trying to survive alongside with Todd to escape Todd's civilization because of the whatever plans that they may have with her. So, yes, you have him trying to help her survive, her trying to communicate with the second wave of folks that are coming from Earth, and ultimately being hunted and tracked down by Todd's superiors in his town. So, with that being said, it took me a long time to get into this film. I don't know why. I just could not find interest in this at all. I thought the premise, I thought the trailer, everything looked pretty cool, but this took me a while. I don't think until the third act was I actually interested as to what was going on. I will say that all the characters acting and whatnot, I thought everything was pretty mellow. I mean, you really don't expect much from this genre. You know, I don't think nobody puts out a spectacular performance, nothing historically as well too. And there was nothing special here, except David Oyelowo, who notably from the film Selma, who played Martin Luther King, plays his character Aaron. I mean, I'm sorry, he was probably the only person I was interested in completely, besides like one thing that he did in the film that I was just completely disgusted with. So I almost can't forgive him for it. But other than that, like I thought the character Aaron was definitely one of the only characters who had some layers to him, some charisma. Everything else felt super flat. But at the same time, too, I didn't hate the film and I didn't love it. But I know people that are looking for their craving in this genre. I think that they will be perfectly fine with it. I think this is definitely a movie that is stream worthy. I think people will definitely check it out because of the names alone. But like, I don't think there was anything special with this at all. I just thought it was just, a little under 2 hours, so it was just passing by time. And it's, I'm a little bit over the dystopian genre. I've seen enough of it already. But I think, again, for the audience that this is kind of catering to, I think they'll be fine with it. I think that's the easy and simple way to put it. But there's nothing special. Anybody that's looking for like a spectacular film, there's nothing special out of this. But I will say that, again, there's intrigue. Maybe they'll draw me back in for the second one, but there is some intrigue to see where they potentially could go with the second film, if there's a second, because just about the foundation that they built with this film and the character development, I would love to kind of see where it goes, especially with Tom's character. I would like to see the evolution of that character some, because I thought the character was like super flat, a little misguided, whatever it may be. And it was entertaining at time because he could not control his thoughts. So like some of the immature moments that he was having were kind of laughable. And the interactions with Viola, I thought were, was definitely comical at times. But other than that, like, I don't know. I was just passing by time, to be honest. So, but anyway, yeah, Chaos Walking is dropping in theaters March 5th. Folks, if you're checking this out, definitely jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this film. If you've seen the trailer, let me know your thoughts about that as well, too. But until then, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all very soon for another review. Peace out, folks.